Hello, 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 hello. Hi, everybody. MJ here. Boy, oh boy. I've been on for a while. Haven't done a good old-fashioned afternoon live stream since we came back from France and England. I owe you guys tons of pictures. What I'm going to do is I'm going to publish a Google Drive, a Google Photos album of our travels throughout France, mostly thanks to Patrick and his wife Patricia, who hosted us for 10 days. Dave, we are live. Thanks for joining us. You know what? You just reminded me. I forgot to add that text box. So I'm going to add the text box. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off the chat view. So there you go. Yeah, we're live. How's it going? Wow. Drinking some Leo. My shirt is absolutely soaking wet, because I did some repair work today on my fans, my cooling fans in the foyer. I had 4 fans, and over the last several months, they've been dying one at a time. When I was in France, I had 2. Boy, it's I'm not going to say it's global warming, but southern France was ridiculous. It was like, Patrick said it hadn't been that hot since sometime in the 60s. We're in Marseille, and these latitudes are, equal. They're European latitudes. They're, 40-some degrees, and I mean, latitude. And we're experiencing 38, 39, 40 degrees C. That's, like 100 and something F. It's ridiculous. Anyway. The fans operated dutifully most of the time while we were traveling. When I came home, I had 1 fan left running. 2 had stopped running. I unplugged them. And I had 2 that were running when I left. And what that means is the bearings dried out and the shaft seized up, and so the power was still applied to the fan and it burned out the coil. My throat. So what I spent the afternoon doing today was resurrecting the fans that had the seized shaft by re-lubricating the bearings. And then the 1 fan that was left and didn't stop was starting to exhibit some problems, like you turn it off, it would wind down really quickly, meaning there's a lot of friction. So I fixed that one too. So now I got 3 fans back. I think I'll be okay. But it was hot today, so I was out in the foyer with no fans because I'm working on them, right? But I've been going crazy trying to, I'm gonna take my bag off. I've been going crazy trying to find this stinking comet, Nishimura. Makes me sorry I ever heard of that darn thing. I've been getting up, I've been actually staying up all night with the telescope, with the binoculars, with my different apps, looking. And in the dawn hours, let me show you. There was a beautiful photo that I took, and this is supposed to be 4x3. That's the crescent moon on the left, and that's Venus on the right. Beautiful. And this is early morning. And where that moon rose, you see, like directly underneath it, that's about where the comet is supposed to come up to. But I noticed when the moon rose, it rose through layers of atmosphere, and it actually got opaque for a while and disappeared. So I knew when the comet was going to show up, I would have that same exact issue. But earlier in the night, I used my mobile phone, and again, this is 4:03. Oh, Miss Lynn is saying hi. 在我后面，在我后面，他们没看到。Okay, so she didn't want to come around. And then I just used my mobile phone and took some of these shots. They're okay. But the night I was out was very productive. Of course, I saw Venus. I saw Jupiter and Saturn. The Orion Nebula was amazing. With my binoculars, I caught 2 satellites, and they were hauling butt. And let me tell you, way, way high. Couldn't see them without the satellites. Also saw the ISS. Now I want to play something for you now, and this is a video. But what I want to do is I want to, let me see. All right, you probably hear a little noise in the background. I can't seem to, yeah, never mind. This is the iOS version. This is Jupiter and the so-called Galilean moons as it's making progress through the field, because I don't have tracking set on my telescope. But that is really quite an amazing little video. So just to show you what that looked like, that was a lot of fun. So this comet comes up. See, the comet is very close to the sun. So it's kind of like trying to catch Mercury or Venus. So you can usually catch it either in the morning before dawn or in the evening before and after sunset. So what the problem is, because it's chasing the sun, when the sun goes down, it's still light out. And you've only got a certain amount of time before the comet goes below the horizon too. The reverse is true in the morning. I mean, you get up and the comet comes up. We'll use this as the right. The comet comes up, but the sun is already bright and the sky's bright. Then the sun comes up and so I haven't been able to see it. And there's been nothing but clouds in the way. So I had this bright idea, because I got a factory behind me. But I have a drone with a 4K camera, and it has a 48 megapixel stock camera, and that's what my iPhone has. And so I've decided that what I would do at sundown, I'm not going to do it today because it's really cloudy, is I set the drone up to 55 meters where I can actually see the horizon, and I parked it there and I let it just do its thing. And I took, just to start out, I took a beautiful 48 megapixel picture of my neighborhood. Look at this. The detail's amazing. Look at this. And believe it or not, that yellow or that red building right in the center is Jardras, where I'm at right now. Okay, enough of that. I took a 48 megapixel picture of the horizon right where the comet should be, and it was cloudy. I can't get rid of these cloud bands. There's cloud bands in the morning, there's cloud bands in the afternoon. Gosh, I hope you can hear me. That's why I'm using the external mic, because I just have to. Cloud bands in the morning, cloud bands in the afternoon. So, yeah, that's what we got, guys. So I've been staying up late trying to, anyway. But I've been doing my usual, partying in Taiwan. And I've been trying to adhere pretty much to my carnivore diet, which is helping. I feel a lot better. And I've been waking up in the morning and getting breakfast. And this is my breakfast this morning. This is a 3-egg omelet with 3 orders of cheese, 3 orders of bacon, and 2 like bratwurst sausages cut up. Sprinkled with pepper. Man, oh man. I had this morning at 6 a.m. So I've been staying up later, or I've been waking up later. I'm trying to change my habits to where I'm waking up earlier, because I find that I get more stuff done. But it doesn't help me if I work all night and I stay up late. It's not the same as sleeping early and getting up early. So anyway, there's that. Now, I want to show you, because I did go to a Thai place the other day, and this is a 360 video. I got my 360 camera fixed, but this is bizarre. I have they actually have an issue going on with Insta360 where on the iPhone I can't edit photos because the stabilization horizon lock doesn't work. It just spins around the camera axis. It's bizarre. I got my camera back and it suddenly wasn't working, and I went, wait a minute. Since I broke my camera and got it fixed, I've gotten a new phone. It's the iPhone. It's got to be the problem. And I went back to my old Xiaomi, and the 2019 Xiaomi Pro, and the 2019 Xiaomi Pro has a 48 megapixel camera too. And sure enough, in that app, it works perfectly. But anyway, I decided to do a little video about what I was doing here. Check this out. This is in ultra widescreen. Hey, how's it going? All right, good to see you, Jimmy. All right. And this is some Thai guys with my Insta360 camera at the local store. That's fantastic, isn't it? Look at that. What a video, huh? Busy but happy. That's good. I'm really glad to hear that. I'm going to play this again. In fact, I like this so much, I'm going to loop this for a minute. Busy but happy. Jimmy, how's your restaurant going, man? And, you know, people can see, in fact, what I'll do is I'll move this up a little bit. People can see the chat in the bottom. Go ahead and type the name of your restaurant because I want people to know it. Excellent. All right, that's enough of that. Good, that's enough of that. Oh, we're zoomed. I don't want to zoom. Holy cow. There you go. So Jimmy's a chef, and I've known Jimmy since, good gosh, back when I used to do shows with Van. Van and I had a band called MJ Klein. It was funny. MJ Klein. What a great name for a band, huh? And Van plays acoustic guitars quite well. He plays quite well, and he sings too. I always thought he was great. He kind of was self-deprecating, but I really enjoyed listening to him. And we got this idea of combining acoustic and electric guitar together, and we played quite a number of shows. And Jimmy used to be a chef at a place called the Da Shibu, which is the they call it the Wild West Chop House in English. And he was a chef, and we used to have some great times there. Gosh, I should do a live stream sometime and just show you, reminisce about that. That was amazing. Peter, the owner, now has a restaurant in Taipei. Sorry, my voice is kind of shot. I've been staying up late. The good news is I have been in the studio cutting tracks like a madman. I just finished a mix for Robert Monahan. I think it's finished. It's actually mix 1, and I don't think there's going to be any revisions. We'll see. Yeah, I miss the old times too. We need another Da Shibu. I got to get my hair cut again already, but I got to show the barber the pictures of the guy cutting my hair in Paris because I want him to cut the same way. But Peter and I got, we became friends, and Van and I used to play his restaurant every Friday night, right? We'll have to get together, man. I was thinking about Van the other day. I should ask Van to get together with just to do kind of a reunion gig somewhere. I think that'd be pretty cool. If we could find a place, a restaurant or something, I think a lot of the old fans would join, because there's still a line group. There is still a MJ Klein line group, and I could just say hi to everybody. Anyway, I had an idea, and Jimmy was there, and Jimmy was so helpful. See, Jimmy's a master chef, right? But he came out of the kitchen, he came in the front, and I'll tell you why in a second. He came out to where the people were. He's a very humble guy. He's an excellent, top quality chef. He can get anything done that you want. And I used to, it's amazing, because you know how Jimmy is for me. It's like, okay, can you do it? Just pay money and do it, right? But that's how Jimmy is. Like, he would arrange for my anniversary to to get my wife flowers and the dishes and everything that she liked and stuff. And he would just take care of it. It's amazing. But I said to Peter, I said, I want to have a barbecue, because at that time I had a blog. I still have a blog, I just don't blog anymore, right? It's still there. But I was in contact with most of the foreigners in the area, and I said, I want to have a barbecue for the foreigners. And he said, well, how many can you get here? I said, I'd say somewhere, I know it's, somewhere between 15 and 30, and I know those two numbers are double, and when people double numbers, they're usually full of crap, it's either 10 or 20 million. No, it's not. But I said between 15 and 30. I think we had like about 25. I think during the day, during that, you were there, Jimmy, during that day, I think we would probably have a turnover, maybe more than 30 different people coming, right? And some of my Filipino friends and people from, like Caroline from France and her husband, who's from the States. It was an amazing time. But here's the deal. I said to Peter, you got to have some kind of special. So Peter said, I'll tell you what I'll do. Because the Wild West had a beautiful wooden porch in the front, and by the way, they tore that down. The restaurant that occupies it now got rid of it. Beautiful porch. They had like a stage. Oh, did Bernardo come in? I didn't see Bernardo. I'm sorry. Fist bump. Bernardo, I'm sorry. I apologize. And then there was a stage like out front, and then some steps, and then there was a deck with a rail around it with tables. It was amazing. I got pictures of all this stuff. I'll prepare a live stream and I'll show that, kind of a nostalgic thing. I'll show you what you guys look like. But here's what happened. Dan and I set up our speakers and stuff and equipment up on the, right outside, which kind of was like a stage overlooking the deck. But I said, we got to have some kind of special. Most of the foreigners are English teachers. They don't have a whole lot of money, but they're looking for something to do on the weekends. So if we do like a Saturday afternoon barbecue, and it doesn't cost a lot of money, and it's Western food, and it's a great atmosphere. So Peter said, I'll tell you what, for people who want to sit on the, hey, how's it going? Hey, Jim, nice to meet you. Nice to see you. For people who want to sit on the front, on the deck, they can just pay one price and they can drink all they want with it. They will order a keg. I'm like, wow, that's fantastic. But Peter ended up changing that. He ended up changing it to Carlsberg, bottle Carlsberg, buy one, get one free. Hey, fist bump, Mike. Good to see you. Thanks for joining. So the Carlsberg was good. Buy one, get one free. But here's the real hit. Peter's restaurant had USDA steak. And in Taiwan, USDA steak is popular in Taiwan, but USDA steaks fetch top dollar. He made a deal, and he made a flyer, MJ's Barbecue. He gave me copies of it. We plastered it everywhere. He made hundreds of copies. Amazing. I have a picture of this somewhere, MJ's Barbecue. Half price on the steaks if the people self-cooked it. And what's even cooler than that is Peter had his own huge stainless steel multi-burner barbecue that was there from Costco. That thing cost $1,500. It's just for that. And he had that. And he brought it out, fully charged with gas. And so the foreigners would order a T-bone steak. And I'm telling you, the T-bone steak was like this. And it looked like the head of an axe. This T-bone steak, if I'm not mistaken, that T-bone steak was 17 or 18 ounces. Okay? They always do steaks in ounces. That's a big steak. That steak was 400 NT. That was like $14. If you cooked it yourself, it was double that. And if you wanted like the more expensive ribeye, so what happened was suddenly these foreigners had access to these steaks, right? Hey, Cliff, fist bump. I haven't seen you for a long time. I was wondering what happened to you. I was wondering if you fell off the edge of the earth or just didn't like me anymore, man. Good to see you, fist bump. No, I'm just joking. Yeah, excellent. Wow, got a big crowd in here today. It's nice. We're in the afternoon. So I'm telling a story about, it's just back in like 2007, I think. 2010, between 2007 and I forget, so I forget. It's all on my blog. That's why I don't remember it, because I don't have to. But Jimmy remembers that he was here, and I was talking with Jimmy, because what Jimmy did was he just took it upon himself. He didn't ask anybody. He came out front, and he says to me, I want to understand, or I want the... Yeah. Well, I appreciate that. And Jimmy was like our hugest fan. He'd be in the kitchen, working his tail off, right? Because kitchen work it's insanely difficult. And he would occasionally ask us to play a song. Of course, every song was for the staff. But what Jimmy did now, here's what he did. He came out in the front, and he decided that he was going to teach these people how to properly cook a steak. Yeah, we would say that, Jimmy, this is your song. Yep. And I saw Jimmy do something I never saw before, because the T-bone, the reason they call this the T-bone, right? Oh man. I hope you got through COVID okay. Well, I mean, you're here, but I hope you're not like messed up. That's terrible. Obviously, the T-bone steak is called a T-bone because it has a T-shaped bone. What Jimmy did was, the bone is always on the end of the steak, and the steak, looks like a V, right? I don't know. And so what he did was he tipped it up on the end, and the flame was going like this, with the bone on the bottom like this. And he said to me, you have to burn the bone. And I'm like, really? Jimmy, how long ago was that? Over 10 years ago. And I remember you teaching me how to burn the bone, and I've done that ever since. I never saw that. So even though Jimmy was in the kitchen, taking care of the customers who were buying food from the inside of the restaurant, and the food was going to be cooked through the kitchen, which he oversaw and was doing most of the cooking as his chief cook, he went outside to help the people who were, 14 years ago, he went outside to help the people who were supposed to be cooking the steak for themselves for a discount, for 50% discount. But what it is he was concerned about the reputation of the restaurant, because if people, cook their own steak terrible, they would, how people are, right? But the other thing was he wanted people to enjoy themselves and get a good value, which he did, which is just amazing. So Jimmy, what's the name of your restaurant? Where is it located? And what I'd like for you to do is tell us, everybody, the name, because my viewers who are not even in Taiwan would like to look at it on Google Maps, because it's cool. So cool. All right. So, one of the other things I wanted to show was, okay, since I came back from France, that's my Parisian haircut. And I'm drinking a 1,000 milliliter, a 1 liter stein of French Blanc beer with pecan in it. Mike, I never saw a cook your own steak place in the United States. I never did. They didn't have them where I used to live, right? But I got to tell you, yeah, thank you. But if I did, I wonder why the fonts are different sizes. Interesting. Yeah, but here's the thing. The French make this syrup called pecan. The Rolling Pig. Okay, that is such a cool name, the Rolling Pig. Facebook and Instagram, Rolling Pig, and there it is. And you can freeze the video. You can go back and copy that. And then, of course, you can copy it in the live comments, too, on the live stream. Pecan, P-I-C-O-N. It's not pecan, like the nuts. P-I-C-O-N. It's a very, very famous brand, and it makes the beer dark. But it is an amazing syrup that you can add to beer, and boy, does it make it taste great. But the last night we were there, we went to a cafe near the Eiffel Tower because I said, hey, look, my family said we're going to do it. It's the last night here in Paris. So what I did was I wanted to go to the Champ de Mars, which is that big long grass field, in front of the Eiffel Tower, and I just wanted to take some pictures of the Eiffel Tower and some videos and stuff. But we went to this cafe, and this is classic beef bourguignon, French style beef stew, and this was too salty, but let me tell you, it was still unbelievable. And we've all heard of this one. That is French onion soup, and that was definitely off the charts. And then my daughter and my wife got this dessert in another restaurant that I wanted to show you. And this is just, wow. So let me do this. Okay, I'm ready. Now give me a second, because I wasn't prepared for this. I wasn't going to talk about this. But I'm going to go up to where we were the last night in France, okay? And I want to show you several videos. Let me see. Well, is this supported? Ah, yes. Okay. I want to show you some amazing stuff from the last night. Now, the thing is, when you're next to the Eiffel Tower, you can't believe how big it is until you are next to it. And then when you see it, it's like, oh my gosh. It's because the base is just so ridiculously huge. And all right, so here we go. So I'm going to add this. So let's do this. First of all, I'm going to show you the very, very top. That's what the top looks like. That's 300 meters high. I couldn't go up there. I've explained why I couldn't go up there earlier, but I just couldn't get a ticket. And this is the second floor, which I did go up to, and I've got videos of that. But you notice the little lights going on? That's a light show. They do this thing where they have these strobes going off, going crazy all over the Eiffel Tower, right? They do it a couple of times an hour. So people sit out there and they wait for that. Now this is the first floor. And I gotta tell you, this just shows you how darn good this iPhone is. I mean, look at this. Look at the detail you can see, right? The second floor. All right. Now, here we go. We're gonna look at this. I shot this in vertical mode because it kind of made sense. But that thing is just huge, humongous. All right. When you look at this in vertical mode on your phone, it's unbelievable. All right, so now, here's another one that I shot, and it's also in vertical mode. But it made sense because the thing is, it's a vertical structure. Shows left to right, and you see the people down there. It is just, and people were going nuts because suddenly the lights came on, Altogether, I took about 3,500 photos, right? And Patrick and his wife is so elegant, so beautiful, and so knowledgeable. She made me feel dumb. I'm going to tell you something, guys. I never met anyone that knows what I know about supplements and double, twice more. I've never met anybody like that. No matter what the supplement I was discussing, I was just, I understand. Okay, Jimmy, thanks, fist bump. Just goes to show you, it's Thursday night. It's not even weekend. He's got a full booking, so I got to make it over there soon, man. Fist bump. Say hi to your girlfriend, okay? And when are you guys getting married? Come on, man. You're not getting any younger, bro. See you next time. Sorry. I'm not your dad. But Patricia just knew so much, and the interesting thing is I enjoyed walking with her and Patrick, and both of them were showing me, like, in their garden, herbs and what they're used for. I love that, because when I was in the Philippines, same thing happened. And one of the villagers took me around, and every single plant he pointed to, you know, and that's how it was with them. Just amazing, just phenomenal. I had such an amazing time. So, how do you pay somebody back for something like that? I don't know. Have them come visit here, but they've both been to Taiwan, and can't stay in my industrial house, not with a, you know, the concrete. It's a concrete box made out of rebar and poured concrete. But I've been trying to get back into kind of a swing, and things are starting to normalize out. But I've been an animal in the studio. I've been doing lots and lots of tracks, and I picked a song. I'm going to finish it. I'm going to finish it. I have like 10 songs. No, more like 15 that are all in progress. And I've decided on the one that I'm going to release first. It's kind of a, I don't know. They're all love ballads in one way or another, but all right, look, let's do this. I'm going to put this on the, because it is it's afternoon commute time. Right now it's 16:06. 16:06 is the local time. 6 minutes after 4 p.m. All right, so people are looking at me because, you know, I'm just so incredibly handsome, and they can't help it. And they think I'm a foreigner. Yes, it is. Which is another reason that I'm not too happy. Because I wanted to do some astronomy today, which you can see. Yeah, Clifford, I appreciate it, man. And you know, don't be a stranger, okay? Because yeah, we want to see you back here, all right? And welcome to Taiwan. Fist bump. Thanks, man. Yeah, glad to see you're still around, still live and kicking, and yeah. And you know, mainland, non-mainland, yeah, we don't care. We don't get involved in this. Whatever. Everybody's welcome. The only requirement that I have for my live streams is gotta be nice. Do whatever you want, but it's gotta be nice. And many people have forgotten how to be nice. I don't know what it is, but you're not one of them. So I appreciate it. Now over, I'm going to show you these guys are working hard. The trucks here with the, oh, there you go, yeah. That's not too bad. The people working the trucks with the fruit, they're out in force. Now I do want to ask you guys. I don't want to put you all on like. I don't want to embarrass you, but have you guys seen my latest video, the over and under? You know, where it's super widescreen and the top is facing me and the bottom is facing, you know, the other way. You guys seen that? Because I have another video planned. that I want to do. And it's all about the density of convenience stores within about a 5-block stretch here. There's two things I want to do. I want to take my Insta360 camera and I want to do a vlog kind of, action camera sort of walk around, so I can do like the over under. And I just want to say, on this side and tilt, there's the 7-Eleven and there's the High Life, there's the Simple Mart. I just want to show the density of convenience stores in this area. And then I want to do a walkthrough with my drone in the air, pointing down in follow mode so I can walk. Now I can't do it at the same time because it's not safe. But if I do it in the same day, the conditions should be close enough that I can cut in and out. What I want to do is I want to show me walking with a drone and then cutting into the over under, and say this and then and so, because you wouldn't believe it. And we talk about this all the time. And that 7-Eleven I showed over there by the truck, you guys know that's new. That's only been there about 4 months now, 5 months. There's another 7-Eleven down there. And I was riding around with my wife the other day, and she said, "Where'd that come from?" It is crazy. Just the walk from there to here, it is absolutely crazy. The amount of convenience stores. But I have noticed, and it's my fault, two things. I've been getting subscribers and losing subscribers. I seem to be stuck at 330. That's okay with me. Listen, I'm not about subscribers. But this is starting to eerily remind me of not charting in the United States, when I would have the prerequisite number of reporting radio stations to chart my single, and then one would drop off, and one would add, and one would drop off, and one would add and drop off. So I don't know. I don't know if YouTube is unsubscribing people or whatnot, but I'll get a subscription and then lose one. I mean, I hate the term subscription because that has bad connotations. But I'll get a sub, a follow, and then I'll you know what I'm saying. Then somebody will unsub. Then I'll get 2 subs and then one will unsub. It's just crazy. So it's 1 step forward, 2 steps back kind of thing, right? But oh man, this is so loud. I got to put my Converse in my ears. This is crazy. I hope you guys can hear me. That's why I'm using the wireless mic. If I didn't use a wireless mic and I'm talking into the phone, there's no way in heck that you would ever hear me. So anyway, it's kind of my fault, but it looks like my views are really falling off. So really, I wonder why that is. Well, maybe it's because people only buy beer. The coolest beer store I ever went to was in Scranton, Pennsylvania. And don't ask me why. I used to stop by in Scranton, Pennsylvania on my way to the Dayton Hamvention in Dayton, Ohio. That's so much better. Okay, thanks, Mike. Oh, and now I got my Converse in. From Flair Audio. I can't recommend them enough. Used to drive from Massachusetts across into Dayton, Ohio, and I'd stop in Scranton, Pennsylvania, and they actually had a drive-through liquor store. It's a big garage with 2 roll-up doors. You drive in, park in the middle, order whatever you want, pop the trunk, pay for it. You didn't have to get out of your car. Give the guy your card or whatever. Put the stuff in the trunk, close it, boom. Drive-through liquor store. I was like, this is amazing. So every time we would go to Scranton, Pennsylvania to the Hamvention, we'd go to the drive-through liquor store and order like a 6-pack of beer just because it was so cool. And the guy's like, 6-pack, that's all you want. Yeah, but we just want to come here because it's so cool. It's like, all right, that's cool. But anyway, so I noticed though that my views are really, really low. And I'm going to see if this is up all the way. I guess it's all the way. This selfie stick is kind of, it's deceiving because the segments have different lengths, and you get down to the bottom, and like the top length is the top segment is this high, and the bottom segment is this high, but you think they're supposed to be equal. So I'm always pulling it up, going, "Oh, it's not out all the way." Anyway, just wonder if you guys had seen that video and what you thought of it. But I noticed since I came back from France, because I really took a long break, none of the live streams that I planned to do in France really materialized. It was just not the right time. And the time zone difference makes, it's an issue. It does make a difference. And I did do, a live stream from a cafe late at night, but I never did my afternoon cafe. It just didn't work out. And plus, I'm not a bachelor. I can't just, take off and do what I want. So a lot of times it wasn't convenient to do the things that I wanted to do. But for me, live streaming has never been about subs or making money. On the other hand, though, my studio channel, I only have like 3 videos on my studio channel. I am desperately now looking for a new room, a new venue to put my studio in, so I can make a YouTube-worthy studio for photography, because I have a lot of how-tos and tutorials that I want to do based around, the Automate series of automation. And Patrick, who I visited in France, he's a gentleman that wrote that software. And so I want to do more videos about it and more. I'm going to say I'm probably the most experienced user of it, because I'm the one that asked him to develop it and did all, the beta testing, and I use it regularly. So I think it's safe to say I'm probably the most experienced user, but I do know some advanced techniques that I want to promote. But my studio is not photogenic, because I basically cobbled it together over the last 2 years and just, hack stuff on and on. But sonically, the stuff that comes out of my studio is really good. But what I need now is something that's aesthetic. And so I'm looking for a place to build a new aesthetic studio that I can not only do music projects, but I can do video projects too. All right, let's go on the rear camera. And we're going to go ultra wide angle. Gosh, I love this. Could never do this with the Xiaomi, with my old camera. Now I know it's Thursday, and I know that normally I do live streaming on Thursday nights, and this is the afternoon, so this doesn't necessarily preclude me from doing a live stream tonight. We'll just have to see. I think I am in the mood, however, to go get a bucket of fried chicken and eat that tonight, so we'll see what happens. But at this point, I think, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to say good afternoon, and thank you for joining, and I'll see what I can do about coming on tonight. Aesthetic? Oh. Aesthetic has to do with the appearance of things. That's not how you spell it, but yeah. And I believe it's ASCETIC. But it's all about the looks, the appearance of things. Like, you can say things like, well, let's use it in a sentence. MJ is a great voice for radio, but no aesthetics for video. Not aesthetically pleasing for video. Just means not visually pleasing. So that's the deal. But I'm going to finish my last beer. I'm going to say good afternoon, which in Chinese is Wu An, and Gan Xie Xie Nimen. Thank you so much. And hopefully I'll be on tonight, but I'm kind of upset because there's too many clouds, and I mean, if it's okay, I'll send up the drone, but I'm looking for this comment and I can't find it. And what I'm afraid is the thing's going to be gone. I'm going to miss it. There's another comment. I want to chase people like that, catch them, handcuff them, make them stand directly behind that scooter while I raise the rear wheel off the ground and gun the engine 100%, so they have to hear how unbelievably loud it is behind them. My ears hurt all the time. My Apple Watch goes, oh, loud environment. Yeah, no kidding. I can't stand this. And there's no enforcement. I should become a police officer. I'm not qualified for citizenship. There's a guy, full bore. Gosh, down, on a gas scooter, no helmet. And when he went through the intersection, he was looking this way. That's what we need to do. I never did that. We need to do our enforcement live stream where I just sit here and go up, bing, 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 and just ding all the people that are breaking the law. That being said, I love it. Now, before I get in trouble, I've been on for 47 minutes. I'm going to say goodbye. Thank you so much for joining. And we'll see you guys later. And take care. And remember, I love all of you. Bye-bye.